Hi everyone, this is Jennifer Stay from Coloring Bliss, and welcome to part 3 of my art studio tour for 2018. And welcome to my family room. This is an exciting part of my art studio tour. I've never shown you guys this part of my house, or at least it's been a while since you guys have been down here. And I'm excited to share with you sort of my practical everyday art area. This is where I do art when I'm around my family, when I don't feel well and I need to have my feet up. I hang out with Rose down here and I do a lot of art. This is a special cabinet that I purchased secondhand where I keep a lot of my art supplies and a lot of the supplies I have handy to take care of myself when I don't feel good. So it's been a long time since I've emptied it out and reorganized and straightened it out, so I thought we would do that together today. And then once I kind of get it under control, I wanted to show you the way I do my art down here. Now the first thing you'll notice is I have a recliner here where I keep my feet elevated. Like I said, I have a lot of chronic health issues that make it so that I have to keep my feet elevated. I'm also wearing my compression socks today so that all this standing and working will hopefully not wear me out too much. And you'll probably see me sit and rest quite often to kind of calm my heart down, and little Rose does her job. She comes and sits on my legs and helps lower my pain. She is so awesome for that. So you'll see her do that. So join me for an afternoon of organizing. I'm going to pull everything out and start the cleaning process. So let's cue the music montage and get this project going. Let's do it. So it's time to take my first break. Got most of the stuff pulled out of the cupboard. One of the things I love about these cupboards is that you can pull up the desk table part and get it out of the way if you want. Rose wants to share my cheese stick with me, which makes it ideal for the way I have it set up. I can bring the table down and use it as a surface for keeping all my art supplies or my dinner, whatever I want, right here next to me. A little bit of my cheese. Oh, here. Oh, good girl. That's the most vacuuming I have done in months. I'm exhausted. Time for another break. Don't you agree, Rose? Time for a break. Okay, so down here on the bottom left-hand corner of my cabinet is where we keep our Brother laser printer. I love this printer. It works so great for printing a lot of our coloring pages, especially on some of the heavier cardstock. I'm going to put up on the screen and a link in the video description to this printer because I know a lot of you are always looking for a printer that can print on heavier cardstock. It's extra great because it has a track where the paper can go straight through rather than curling up and around. But part of the problem of having a track that sends it straight through and keeping my printer in a cabinet like this is that I have to be able to access the back of the printer. So I have one shelf that rolls out and it's on the very bottom of the cabinet like this, and it's really hard to access. I wish I could move this up higher so that it's easier for us to get to the printer, but right now it's the best shelf I can keep it on. Okay, I think I've got this side of the cabinet organized the way it's going to be for now. There's not really much that's going to interest you here other than the printer the printer that we already talked about. I'm out of breath, that's why I'm sitting. I like to use these old shipping boxes to help me organize, so you'll see these appear in a couple places in this cabinet. So as you can see here, I've got a new filing box, and the majority of the mess I was pulling out of this cabinet was bills and just massive amounts of paperwork that I'm going to have to go through later. So I'm hoping that this new filing box with these file folders is going to help me organize that mess and prevent that from happening again. So that's what this is here for. I put some reams of paper here to go with my printer. At the very bottom is a spare cartridge of laser ink, I guess you call it, down below for my printer. So that is this side of the cabinet. The bottom drawer down here just contains treats for my pets, the cat and the dog. At night they like to come and sit on my lap and I give them little treats for coming and being with me. This side of the cabinet is going to be set up for two purposes. One, it's to have art and things that give me joy handy and ready. And the second one is so that I can take care of myself easily. That's one thing I've learned after being chronically ill for over a decade, is that a good way to help keep the peace in the home is to find ways to take care of myself as much as possible so I don't have to ask for help as much as possible. I do need a lot of help during the day. As you can see, I get tired really, really fast. And I try to save my energy for the most important parts of the day. And so that means I have to pace my energy and I have to ask for help. And I keep a few things right here. It's basically a fabric container that I picked up at IKEA that has some items in it that helps take care of myself. Like some extra medicine if I need a little help, like Tylenol, Advil, Pepto-Bismol. I also keep things like lotion, toothpicks, just little things that I don't want to send people on errands to go get for me all the time throughout the day. Tweezers, a fingernail file, little things that are annoying to people to have to always be going and getting. That's the kind of thing I keep here. Also, my daily medications, all of that is handy here, so as soon as I sit myself down, I only have to ask for a few favors throughout the day. So I've got an extra little side table cabinet that I used to have by my bed, and that is going to be set right here, and that gives me a little extra storage. And then this table comes back down, and then up here in this cabinet is where I'm going to put my art, and that's why you guys are here. So I did it. And it's my Gatorade break. Like I said, pacing is very important. So I have a few things I'm really excited to show you about the way I have it set up here. So I'm going to take a little drink and get my heart rate back down and then tell you all about it. Okay, Rose and I are ready to show you how we are all set up here to do art, and like I said, take care of myself. That's the two purposes of this station right here. Huh, Rose? Okay, so I wanted to show you, let's see, first off, this light that I have right here. I talked in video 2 a lot about how important it is to have really good lighting. This is an Ott light. I've had this one for ages, and I think I picked this one up at Hobby Lobby with a coupon. Can't remember exactly where, but it's fantastic. It is, it can go low, medium, or high light, and so it works fantastic, and it has a little USB output right here, so I can actually plug in a little fan that I picked up for $2 at Walmart on the side here, and that helps with my heat intolerance. Love that. Okay, then right here on top of that little side table cabinet that I showed you, I keep my iPad, which is my primary art tool for drawing the coloring pages for my website. And I have all my cord management right here as well, because you got to plug all this stuff in. So that's all handy right here. Also to my right is my giant purse. If you want me to do a what's in my bag video, comment below and I'll show you what I keep in my giant purse. I upgraded recently for my birthday to a bigger bag so I can carry more things with me when I go out. And a lot of it is art supplies. Like I said, I explained to you back here what I already have to take care of myself, so I don't have to ask for quite so many favors. Right here I have my bag that I keep all my planning supplies, so I can keep track of everything I need to be doing for the website with my husband and my partner. Here you saw my road atlas. I am planning some road trips. Here's some more supplies to take care of myself. On this shelf I have all kinds of art supplies ready for me to just grab. Most of it is within arm's reach or pretty close within arm's reach. I have a couple binders over there dedicated to holding art that I've completed. The pink binder is stuff for me to do hand lettering, and I keep things that I am inspiring myself, like ideas for how to draw hands, ideas for how to draw faces. I also have a book to inspire me on medieval architecture and knights and things, because I've had so many requests to draw that kind of art, so I'm all ready to be inspired for that. I also have a book on Pokemon in there because I'm always drawing cute Pokemon for my nieces and nephews and my sons. This little white organizer here, I created it and built it and thought maybe I'd do a YouTube video on it someday, but it was so hard to do, and I thought I just don't even want to encourage you guys to try to build it, so I didn't do the YouTube video on that. And it's just filled with random art supplies that you guys have seen me use a ton in different videos, and maybe someday I can do an actual go through this entire thing, but I just use it for a catch-all. Lots of different drawing supplies, and right now I don't have a whole lot of coloring supplies down here because I moved most of it upstairs for that full art studio tour that you probably just watched in video number 2. Now also right here I have some more drawing supplies. I have a clipboard that's really handy so I can grab it for doing some coloring, and all that is really close by. Okay, but one of my most favorite things that I did for this little setup right here was to create a lap board that I could use right here like a big desk or table. So I could stay right here with my feet elevated, and even Rose on my lap if she wanted to, although she hates what I'm about to show you because it just gets in her way and she can't sit on my lap. So I went to my dad and I told him what I wanted, and he went to his giant stash of wood and found this, and I believe it's called pressed board or something like that. You can buy it at your local store for not too much money. Looks like this kind of wood, pressed wood. And I told him the shape and size I wanted. I'm going to measure it for you and draw a diagram for you and put it on the blog. So maybe I'll just take a picture of it and do all the measurements for you, and you can create your own. And he just cut this little notch out of it for me and cut it to the exact size I wanted. And then we used some palm sander and got the rough edges out of it because I didn't want to be getting cut on it. And look at this. Hey Rose, come over here. It fits right here. I can rest my arm on the side right here. I actually have a clamp that I can put my OT lamp right here and clamp it onto this table so it won't slide around. And I can lay out all kinds of art supplies. My coloring book right here, all kinds of markers and gel pens right here. I can have a pot of water right here if I want to do some painting. And I have this big, beautiful table surface right here on my recliner. This has changed my coloring world down here. I love it. I can also use it for other projects, doing bills and boring things like that. I can set a laptop on here. I can set my iPad on here. It's fantastic. So come to my blog. I'll have all the dimensions and how it works. It's fantastic. Works great for a recliner. It's wonderful. Here, I highly recommend you make one or have someone you know make one for you, maybe for Mother's Day or for your upcoming birthday. It's very inexpensive and a great solution for working here at your couch. So this is my setup. I love it. Comment below if I didn't show you something you wanted to see. We don't keep my family living room very fancy around here. It's all pretty practical for art. Art has taken over our whole house, but I love it. I hope you enjoyed this 3-part art studio tour for 2018. Check out the blog for all the links, and if there's anything I didn't link for you that you just desperately must know about, make sure you comment below, hit like, and set your notifications because oh boy do I have a lot of awesome YouTube videos coming your way. Rose sees something out the window, so I better go check it out with her because it's very exciting. Thanks for joining me, you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, colorful, blissful day. Bye-bye, everybody.